A warm welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel, the video after the main video, the follow-up, the mop-up, the digesting, the ruminating, the pressure gone to kind of do a formal video comparing these products. And now it just gives us a little bit of freedom to talk about what happened in our main test and the results and these products. The first thing, the elephant in the room, when you do comparative testing like this, it's competitive, and it always implies, doesn't it, that the worst product sucks and the best one's the grand thing. The problem we have with this testing is that we've got about 40 products that if we got 40 different people would have 40 different results and 40 different favourites, and it would be very personal about kind of what floats your boat and what doesn't. Some of this testing that we do removes that personal kind of floating of boats and puts it down to functionality. But then that can be a bit belt and braces and have its own kind of failures and limitations as well. Very difficult thing to do comparing these detailing products, but this gives me a good platform which to sort of tell you what we're talking about, crunch all the data with you, show you that kind of performance that's resulting in all of this, and then that way you kind of know what you're getting. So yeah, we always do this little bit of soul searching at the end. And yeah, very interesting. So here's the thing with quick detailers, that if you're testing their performance, you have to really look at durability and hydrophobicity, because people want that. And like the notorious products like your BSD, they bead and they bead forever. And it's an iconic product because of that. But then there's other people that have been around it a bit longer and are like, no, I want something I can just slap on that's fast flashing, very forgiving and very affordable and all that. So just everyone's got different criteria. I definitely want a good buff on the product. I don't want to be chasing these products around or worried about finish or worried about issues with finishing. So I'm just going to tell you how I would filter these products out here. And just going on from what I've said there, the Rapid Aqua Wax, I just have a slight concern around those little wax holograms if you use too much product. Use it sensibly, one mist maybe, rinse, or spray onto wet panels to knock it down. Don't put too much on. And then dry off the panel, and then maybe a final dry buff wipe down is guaranteed to not give you those kind of greasy holograms. But I'm restricted with this because it's really for wet cars, and it's a drying aid more than an all-round detail spray. So it's a bit of a fish out of water. Yeah. The next one that I just logically knock out is the Auto Finesse. Great value, nicely branded, good trigger, a nice glossy, in fact the glossiest, slickest, well, not slickest, but second most slickest. In the friction test anyway, I'm not sure you feel that so much when you buff it, but just an easy product to use as always with Auto Finesse. Well priced as well, at $9.95. It's a premium brand, that's not expensive, that's a good price. Just doesn't offer any protective qualities whatsoever, and I want to see a little boost, perhaps just a little boost, not loads, but just a little bit, a bit more than this is giving me. It's so neutral. There's an element in my head that it's a bit of Emperor's New Clothes because I can't see any of the measurable performance stuff with my eyes. You know, I can't see it improving protection personally. So that's why I just rule it out logically. But yeah, I'm sure they've got products in their lineup which bead. In fact, I know they will have. It's just not going to be that one. Next, we're getting to a set of products here. And I think next, I would probably rule out logically, just in my head, the Soft 99. It's a spray wax, a liquid wax. It does have good protection. But I tend to think, if you're using a wax, they're better off on top of other waxes. So if you're using Soft 99 Fuso, put that on top of it. It will boost protection really well, in fact. you know, almost, yeah, like a good spray wax would do, but I wouldn't use it on top of a ceramic coating. I don't know if you can or not. I think it's mainly for paintwork panels and stuff like that rather than versatile. I don't know if you can use it wet or dry. So it might just, yeah, it says onto dry paintwork, so I can't use this as a drying aid if I follow their instructions, which is, you probably could, but you know what I mean. It's a bit spray waxy for me. We're getting further down the line here, and I think we've got 5 products that I know are all very good and very difficult to separate. These 2 products are a bit more similar, where they offer mid-level protective performance, but not stonking protective performance. That one is slicker. That one's a little bit more durable, which is interesting, isn't it? You'd expect the ceramic detailer to be slicker and a bit more durable, but there's some protective elements to this. These are similar products, actually. The Infinity Wax is a bit cheaper. The ceramic detailer is a bit cheaper. There's going to be fans of both of these products that will tell me one's better than the other. They're essentially going to give you a very similar thing, which is a good top-up to protection. Yeah, and a pretty good overall experience. They don't have the stonking kind of performance criteria. That's why they haven't gone through. I personally couldn't rule out either of these 2 products as a detailing spray, which I would choose to use. They would still be in with a shout in the sort of stuff that I would go and buy, because I do like both brands as well. I think they're good brands. Going over to these 3, there's reasons why these products have exceptional features, and there was a bit of a jump in points, 40, 41, 42. The Bilt Hamber product is absolutely a product I will buy, and I do buy, and I've got it mixed up over there with water, ready to go with DI water, because that bottle there gives me 5 litres of what they describe as lower gloss at 1 to 9. At 1 to 1, it's max gloss. At 1 to 5, it's mid gloss. At 1 to 9, it's low gloss detail spray. Whatever. It works for me really well at 1 to 9. I plaster it all over the car as a drying aid, especially if it's warm, and then buff out all the panels with it, and then maybe do a final wipe down. So, you know, if you hurl stuff around, it might just benefit from that final wipe down. It's not the slickest detailer on the market, in my opinion. It really isn't. It isn't the most hydrophobic. It absolutely isn't. I've known that for ages. But it's one of the most versatile, most cost-effective tools that you can use for so many different things. I'm sure as well, although I didn't give it credit for it, that you could use this on interiors, but it just doesn't, I couldn't find it on the bottle. Maybe it's on their little tech sheet or something, but really I've got to go by the label. But I use this as an interior detailer. It smells nice as well. It's got some scent in it, which Bilt Hamber don't usually do. I like the fact it's got that rinseless charged polymer Zwitterionic cushioning thing. I think detailers should advertise that if they have it. And I don't think a lot of them do have it. I think they have different forms of lubrication, whereas this has got the charged polymer thing. So it can also be used as a waterless wash at a higher concentration, or a rinseless wash at a very low concentration. Very versatile, the king of versatility, the king of value, but the performance cost it. But I'll always buy that. So we're doing a kind of personal thing here. Interesting, these 2 products are the worthy winners, actually. I think they do the lot. They are the full smorgasbord. They give you protection, they give you hydrophobic beading. This company here don't tell you anything about the hydrophobic performance. They don't even mention it. Just it's all about gloss, and that's it. They could have put so much more info on there, because this product's ceramic. You know, it's SiO2, I think. They've really undersold themselves, because it's also durable and it's hydrophobic. It bridges the gap between a quick detailer and a spray sealant, which is what a ceramic detailer should do. And I didn't know that when I bought it. And it's only through this sort of like dorky testing and doing all this weird stuff that I've realised this is a very good all-round product. Not quite as durable and beady as the Meguiar's, but not far off it. More what you'd argue you'd want from a detailer spray. That's insane beading and durability. But at a much more reasonable price. £21.90 per litre based on this retail price there. But you could argue and I'm just thinking out loud, that the Meguiar's at $27.99 isn't a million miles off that, because you do get quite a large bottle. And you often get this cheaper than that price. You do. You go into Alfred's and it's like 15 quid, maybe even less. You go onto Amazon, someone's selling it for like 15 quid or whatever. So informally, the value difference between these products is a little bit less of an issue. The Meguiar's, but it's cost Meguiar's in this test, because if they had got that normal retail price down, that would have won. Yeah, and I think perhaps worthy winner because of two outstanding performance things. That has the slickness, you know, the real slick buff on it and the real low hydrophobics, but that's not that far behind. Neither of them did too well in the gloss testing, which is interesting. The traditional waxes over there, the traditional carnauba-based products were the kings of the gloss in there, but I'm more of an old school kind of whatever physical gloss you put in your paintwork is the most important thing, and these really you use to deliver your final finish, tidy up paintwork, top up protection, help you dry the car. I'm more in that kind of category. Yeah, and these are the two star performers. Very interesting. Yeah, so for me it'd be between these 5 products. I'll always have some of that. Yeah, but I mean, I think that these 2 products are demonstrably more powerful than these 2 products, and that will be attractive to a lot of people. You know, so yeah, I think perhaps, yeah, I think it's a good podium actually. Like the way the points, I'm very critical of that points testing, but the way it's come out, you really do have 2 worthy winners here. These products deserve to go through. Yeah, that's really impressed me. So has the Meguiar's. The Meguiar's has always impressed me as a product, actually. Always impressed me, yeah. Yeah, so that's our first, these are our 2 previous winners. Someone said that's been discontinued, but you can still buy it at the moment. It's always disappointing when that happens, when you're doing it right in the middle of a test. It's like, it was going. I think it's really interesting because the way this is going is that the products that are winning these tests are the ones that have the best demonstrable protective qualities, but aren't compromised, perhaps as quick detailers, compromised enough to kill it, because that does have some compromises. That does have some compromises as well, really, to be honest. These 2 aren't really my favourites. Yeah, I think these 2 are better quick detailers, actually, in my opinion. I think that will come out in testing as well. These 2, in my opinion, will last longer and demonstrate their beading longer than these 2, but there might not be much in it. Really looking forward to pitting these against each other. And we've got to go through now and do Heat 3 and Heat 4. By the end of that heat, if it goes to the current form book, we will have a final with like 8 or 9, 8 first and second place overall in each test, then 1 wild card, so we'll probably go in 9. We'll have 9 stonkers in there, but they'll all be similar. They'll be strong, hydrophobic, durable, quick detailers that have done well enough in gloss and slickness and aren't very expensive, because they're less likely to be in with a shout if they come last in the price comparisons and stuff. So you get the idea. Yeah, but very good. Very good. At the moment, these are all known entities to me. At the moment, I would lean, forget about any testing that I'll do, and I'll run all the testing completely fair. I'm just going through what's in my head. I would lean towards these 2 as being better detailer products than these 2 for me. Sort of just, they've got that wow factor and that beading bling without the feel of being too heavy duty or too protective. These are, they're powerhouses, but they're a bit too juicy. Bit too juicy. Really enjoying myself doing this testing. Really enjoying it, having fun with it, and it's so difficult, guys. It's a real challenge, like doing this, and like even in the first heat we had, you know, previous winners and products that we've talked about highly getting knocked out by other products that I'm less keen about, which just feels a bit strange, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Not everything kind of falls into place with this detailing testing. It's just what it is, isn't it? So there we go. Our trusty old test panel has really been doing some good work for us. We'll be prepping that off and going again with Heat 3. What is in Heat 3? Well, if you've been watching, who's in Heat 3? Oh, my back. Let's get out all the Heat 3. We'll go with this lot. I think this is Heat 3. So this is turning now into a preview for the next video. Oh, this is going to be an interesting one. Yeah, some good products in here actually. So this is it's going to be Heat 3. I just want to make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got 9 to do in the next video, which makes it a little bit harder. You might probably recognise the products. Autoglym back in again, breaking rules there. We've already talked about that. I don't think you guys were too bothered, but it's not 2-in-1 test, I guess. But we might. Oh no, Autoglym didn't get through. So we're not going to be in the situation where we've got 2 Autoglym products in the final, which is good. But it gives the Autoglym an advantage having 2 in there. But they might say that that's a fish out of water, and they might say this is a bit of a fish out of water as well. But there's no excuse for this not to do well in the performance testing, really, as a rapid ceramic spray. Yeah, so interesting lineup again. I'm familiar with most of these. I'm familiar with that. It's been a long time, but I'm familiar with it. I've tested it. I've tested that before. I've tested that before. No, I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure about it. I don't think I've tested that one before. Don't think I've tested that one. Have tested. No, yes. So it's most of the time I'm familiar with these products. There's 3 new products there to me that I need to do a little bit of due diligence with before I go wading in. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting, isn't it? Because there's some real fish out of water here again. Bead maker. Someone's going to be screaming that it's not a detail spray. It's like it kind of is. It's not. You spray it on the panel and it glosses up the panel and tops up protection. It's I'm getting ahead of myself here. This does not produce a long-lasting shine, or the protective qualities come off it. Extremely highly hydrophobic. So we have to pull these products up on this on these product claims, and it's not highly hydrophobic in my opinion, but even they could argue that it is. There's no definition, like if it makes contact angles of 10, 100 degrees or something. Well, there's ones that might do 120 or whatever, but I won't even get to 100. It beads like that on the label, which isn't, they should be round and pert. What do these other ones do? I don't think these are going to be amazing on protective qualities, but I could be wrong. Could be out there. Interesting chemical guys. This hydro line, not impressed with it at all. I just prefer the others. I prefer the original old school speed wipe from Chemical Guys. Was an amazing detail that was affordable. This whole hydro range for me, and it doesn't give me any pleasure to say it, it's been a real letdown. So I'm hoping that the Chemical Guys Hydro Speed, though, ceramic quick detailer, can actually deliver on all these product claims and leave me with an impression that's really good, rather than me just smashing into Chemical Guys each test because I'm disappointed. I don't want to do that. I like the brand. But yeah, the Hydro line's been really disappointing, especially that hydro gel-like wax thing, and that ceramic, that lightweight ceramic spray, the blue stuff, which costs about 44 quid. Very disappointing. And some of you said it had been withdrawn, but I don't know. This, yeah, interesting. See, last time we tested a Carbon Collective quick detailer, it didn't have any protective properties enough, and it lost a lot of ground for that, although we did identify that might be by design. So this one, as a ceramic detailer, this needs to give me some performance that your normal Carbon Collective quick detailer didn't give me. Redefines what you'd expect from a quick detailer. Yeah, that's what I want. I don't mind that lingo. developed with the same SiO2 content as our ceramic coating. Interesting. It's interesting, that's got me thinking, but it can't be the same material because you use like a water miscible SiO2 polymer in most of these. You know, it may contain the same percentage, but that wouldn't, I don't know if that means anything, because that implies that it's got the protective qualities of a ceramic coating, perhaps in my head. The spray and white formula plus unparalleled gloss and hydrophobic properties. Well, there we go, right? This is stuff that I jump all over, because when you use the word unparalleled gloss and hydrophobic, I measure gloss probably in a more methodical manner than anyone, you know, just because I'm lucky enough to have the flat test panels and you know, a really good gloss meter. It's probably better than what most of the brands have got, just through luck really, and just doing this for a long time. So I can put that unparalleled gloss test to the claim, and I can put that unparalleled hydrophobic properties to the claim. And unparalleled implies that no other products can do that. Yeah, and I would lay my mortgage. I would lay my mortgage that will outbid that. But maybe it doesn't. Protecting for up to 3 months. That's spray sealant territory. But that is what you want a ceramic detailer to do. So I don't mind the strong blurb as long as this product blows me away. Suitable as a standalone sealant or maintenance of ceramic coated surfaces. It's good language. That's often omitted, you know, not there. Yeah, spray onto your cloth. Use a cloth to buff off excess residue. Yeah, okay. You know, I've got the same questions. I'm getting ahead of the game here, but what can I use it on? Can I use it on glass? Can I use it on trim? It doesn't say. They so often get this wrong. UK brands, and if you go in and drill into the American brands, yeah, look, they always get it. So they always get it. Look, suitable for paint, glass, chrome, rims, and even plastics. American brands are ahead of us on understanding the importance of a good product blurb and telling you how to use it. They just get that. They're better with that user experience. We just forget it over here. We don't put ourselves, that's a better than average label. You know, for example, that there's a label where, you know, the preamble is just too short and the directions are just too short. We don't put ourselves in the mindset of the layman's customer that's new to this. They put themselves, the British brands tend to put themselves, not all of them, put themselves in the mindset of them, that they understand what this is for and how to use it. The Americans write these labels bearing in mind that these are new customers that might not understand their products. We could definitely learn from that. Yeah. Except this brand, American, you can't read the writing. It's a joke, but it's kind of true. But I was just going to go through it and see if they actually tell you about where you can use it on and what you can use it on. Maybe they don't. There are exceptions. There are exceptions to all of these rules. But yeah, another British brand. What is a quick detail? You know, you're buying this. Okay, so I'm buying Mitchell & King QD. What is this product? Oh, no idea really. There's no preamble. There's no hype. Maybe it's a British thing. But you should always describe on your product with a little blurb. Can it be one liner, one paragraph? What a bloody quick detailer is. I bet G-Technic have done it. Yeah, here it is. So G-Technic, get it, a bigger brand. It's been designed to make your life easier. It makes buffing away watermarks, fingerprints, and light dusting or smears left behind for the washing. After washing, yeah. It's a spray on and buff product. It's ideal for using your body. Bloody hell, they've got it. They've nailed it. We've done it. A British brand have done it. Comparable with it. Yeah, good little preamble. Look, bullet points. They just think about it. Some brands are better than others than describing their products. I'm getting way ahead of myself. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into this lot. Just having a quick look at it now. I don't want to preempt the game, but going by what's doing well in these tests, it's more the protective detailers, which is probably going to mean these three might be toast. I can't remember. That's quite beady, isn't it? I can't remember. It's quite very slick. That is. That might be in with a shout. That's a ceramic detailer. These ceramic that will be probably toast if it's not ceramic. You never know though. You never know. There's been surprises. There's been surprises. I know these two, sorry, perform well on protective, so they could be in with a shout if they're user friendly. That could be the issue with both of these. Not quite user friendly enough to be classed as detailers. You're treading too far to the dark side there, John. The spray wax side. These are quick detailers. These, yeah. But then we could have a dark horse from over here that just really blows me away. That's always done well in gloss testing, and there is a little magic je ne sais quoi with that. What is the je ne sais quoi, you say? I don't know. It's my joke. My joke. It's been stolen many times. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you like this informal video. We're really on it at the moment with all this product testing stuff. The motivation is there, the hunger. You can see my mind whirring, which is always a good sign. We're on the attack, we're on the prowl, we're on the churn. We're churning through testing, which is always a healthy sign. So can't wait to get stuck in, and subscribe to the channel if you're looking forward to seeing the next test. 2 from this we'll go through with these 4, and then we've got 1 more set of testing to get our lineup for the grand final. It's happening, we'll get there. Bye. Doug.